Welcome back to this insanity of stream, gentlemen and ladies. Japan, Narigato. I was talking that I was single on TikTok. Left a big post on TikTok about why I am single, and it's a zodiac related single. It's not a regular person single, it's a zodiac related single. Why do I say it? Because I have a little problem with this type of zodiac. This type of zodiac is a particular way, you know. I know on TikTok they're trying to hide my expertise in zodiac signs. The sound, right? Yeah, sound not appealed. Fuck you. Fuck you. See, TikTok is get the fuck out of here. TikTok is turning into the next Facebook with censorship and shit. TikTok is turning into the next Facebook with censorship and shit. The first video was not accepted. Let me delete it because they took the sound off. Anyway, so like I was saying, um, let me allow. Um, well, cancers have a pretty unique trait that they're cold. That's the motherfucker. They start warm. Some of them turn hot, right? Kissing, French kissing, sleeping with them, and then the next day they cheating on you like that, and you haven't done nothing. And this is after a hot minute. This is after a hot minute too. This isn't after a little bit. This is not like overnight, that they want to cheat in front of you and shit. No, 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 no. This is after a long, significant amount of time spending time with them. You've reached a friend zone phase. You get to the emotional stage. The emotional stage reaches a peak, which is sex. Then from sex it goes down, and she's cheating on you. She turns cold and emotional and has no way of telling you just leave. We're not together anymore, or stop coming here, or something like that. So, giving you the example of my youth, when I was 17 to 18, I had a cancer girlfriend, and we hit it off quick. I met her in front of some other high school, meeting other two other girls, twins. One of the twins had orange eyes, and the other one had purple eyes. So imagine two people that looked exactly the same when growing up in high school. One of them with orange eyes. We're talking about China, motherfucker, China, 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 like orange, and the other purple, on some fake shit with Edmund de Jesus. He had a car. We used to drive around. We used to just wait because Edmund was trying to hit on the one with the purple eyes, and the one with the China eyes was just there while they spoke. And Edmund was like, "Yeah, come with me, come with me, come with me. We're gonna go to the high school." We made a habit of going to the high school every day to meet to be with the twins. And I was a teenager. I was like 17 still, 16, 17 still. They went to the high school, driving there, whatever. We just hung out. Sometimes I smoked weed by myself. Edmund didn't smoke. I smoked by myself. But we waited for the twins to. We hung out in front of the school. So that in that high school, which is in a corner in the middle of a mountain, there's not much people from that school. That school was technically empty. Compared to other schools in Puerto Rico that have a lot of students, that one's fucking empty. The steps was open. You could see a couple students up in there, but empty. It felt like there was 30 students up in there in classroom, and you didn't even see them. Shit, 30 at most. And one afternoon, the cancer, right, and her friend pull up in the BMW, and I'm like, oh, everyone was like, oh, look at Graciela, and I'm not looking at Graciela because I already knew Graciela, and I'm looking at the driver, and and that's the girl, that's the cancer. and we hook up. From there, I ended up knowing, we ended up hooking up, knowing where she lived. We went to the beach a whole bunch of times. We surfed together. We ate together. We partied together. We did drugs together. We played pool. I hung out at her house every day. We showered together. We did a lot of things, teenager stuff. And I'm not talking about showering naked, showering together as into, yeah, I got your back, like that. We were real tight, really tight, taking care of each other. I was sick. She came through. She gave me soup. She cooked in my apartment soup and everything to give to me because I called her, yo, I'm so fucking sick. I can't even get out of bed or whatever. But she turned cold, right? We went from warm to steaming hot in the relationship to freezing overnight. But I mean, free, and I did nothing to her. Nothing other than be the same thing. Be there with her mom, with her brother, play pool, watch television, hang out, run, go to the gym, do things, go surfing, to freezing cold overnight. Like, damn. And in the end, when I wrote my book, it was because my friends were trying to pay her, getting into drug trafficking. It was my friends behind my back, sleep with my girlfriends. Every single girlfriend that I dated in Puerto Rico was stepped on by these fucking Negroes, these Hispanics. And it wasn't to be nice and pretty and go to the beach. It was about fucking and fucking nothing else. So she ended up being cold. And on one of my walks home at 11:30, I met this person, or I found that this person lived really close to where I lived, and I known her since 8th grade. So the routine of going to her house ended up being more a timer to walk and go call the other name of the other girl because I knew she was done. I knew that I was just wasting my time there when emotionally. I know I was wasting my time there because I was not going to get anything out of that anymore based on the Hispanic element. Remember, I'm American. I'm not Hispanic. I might have been born there, but I'm more American. Look at my skin. I'm more American than Hispanic. I'm not pale Hispanic again. My values are not Latino or Hispanic. I'm white. So she turned up real cold, and I started hooking up with the girl from that I knew since 8th grade quickly too, and it became a habit of waiting until I was done at her crib. That she said, "Yeah, I'm going to sleep. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow." That's what she said always. I'll see you tomorrow, and then I never came back. I never, I never came back after that. Like that's basically where we ended up. She's like, "Yeah, say goodbye, say nada, bye bye. I'll see you tomorrow." Da da da. And I walked straight to the other girl's house to call her name from the balcony. The balcony door used to be open. She had like a balcony, like a really small balcony. You couldn't even fit a chair in it. You could just yell her name. Hey, I'm here. Hey, hey, come upstairs. Remember, I know her since we were fucking children. So I ended up hooking up with her. And then after she moved from that place, I moved on too. I was single. And today I say that, well, cancers have this tendency, just like the girl who messaged me from TikTok, the supermodel. That's what, the goal of this conversation is to let you know that I am single and I feel single because a cancer, right, started with great initiative to message me, to pull up where I'm sleeping, just to casually see if it's true that I'm sleeping there, to come maybe 6, 7 times to check me out when sleeping, but she never had the initiative to say hello. And over time, that's all she did, and then it went cold, and then sayonara, just like the other cancer. Done, zero, finito. And they do that. I wouldn't say avoid a cancer, because if you're a Scorpio, you're gonna keep it hot. You're gonna keep it steamy. You're gonna be a little bit on the predator side with them, right? Because Scorpios are the predator, and when it comes to the zodiac, but that's basically how it works. basically how it works with them. They are good, and all of a sudden, within months, she probably hooked up with two. Between me messaging her, she probably slept with three people, and then is trying to have some serious with one. It's like four guys in the orbit. I call the orbit the close orbit, the nearest orbit, the other orbit, the one on the phone, just like me and Nadia and the cancer girl, like that. Because I was like that basically once, even with the side chick. I was calling after leaving. I was calling someone else. That's how I was when I was young. I was hanging out with a woman or with a girl. I would say a girl, woman when I was young. I was still 17. I was still a minor. Hanging out with a girl, right? Wait till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Hang out with another girl because she's cold to see if this one gets hot. Ends up getting hot when after everything that had to happen in that one, starts slimming down, starts calming down. It becomes like a regular hangout or whatever. After hooking up, it's a phone call. So it's like, leave at 10:30, hang out with this girl until 1 o'clock in the morning. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm calling the third chick. What's up? What you doing? Smoking weed. Like, yeah. Where are you? Yeah, I'm in San Juan drinking beer. That's exactly what I said in my TikTok video that they muted. Uh, oh, where are you? Yeah, I'm drinking, blah, 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 in San Juan. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I think I'll see you next weekend. I think I'm gonna ask my friends to drive me up there or whatever, stay at my father's house, and we'll hang out then. All right, I'll see you then. All right, bye. Smoking weed like 2:30 in the morning and shit. Three women at the same time and in rotation. Like moving. That's how I ended up with a huge social circle. Without doing that, I would have never reached 80 people social circle. 80. I had 80 to myself on the phone at all times. I had lots of girlfriends, lots of them, not a little bit, lots of girlfriends, and I was cute as a motherfucker. The intentions of those women then were romantic. It wasn't about just hanging out and drinking beer. It was romantic for the majority of them. It wasn't like, oh, he's my friend. Nah, 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 nah. There's no friend in this motherfucker. I was cute as hell. Not now. I'm ugly. And then on the second video, I said that, well, the only person that did not turn cold for me was Lady Gaga. Because Lady Gaga was the complete opposite of me to her than her to me. I turn cold when my friends want to sleep with you, or when you are seen with my friends unknowingly, because you are not supposed to know them because they're fucking retards. They'll deal you drugs. They'll get you into drug trafficking. They'll rape you. They'll do all types of things. These Puerto Rican guys are dangerous. So in several occasions, some of my relationships ended up, or the majority of them ended up with this particular group of people, and they sought them. That's the worst part about them, that they sought the persons that I was with, even when I was with them, to try to break the lock, to break the relationship up. That's all they know how to do as ugly motherfuckers. They know nothing else. And then after they get in their life, oh, they know how to say, oh, he's my friend, he's my brother, he's my cousin, he's my sister, he's my this and that, for the purpose of sex and sex alone. Not for nothing else, not for a relationship, nah, just for fucking and leaving her alone. Just like the rest of every other woman that never gave them anything, because they were not pretty. Unfortunately, Lady Gaga fell for the Hispanic and Black African Americans trap when she was growing up here in Puerto Rico and in Miami. She ended up hanging out with the wrong crew behind my back. They didn't give her an inch of room before I left, and they showed up. Oh, you know him? Yeah, yeah, you know him. I know him too. I'm his friend. Blah blah blah. With that talk, and what they deserve is gunplay. Mira, for what they done to her, because it took her 1 year for her to be unrecognizable. She went from really fucking beautiful to a fucking nobody, in my opinion. She went from beautiful, made shape, bob cut, light eyes, thin, beautiful hair, sort of round, but still thin, beautiful. Her makeup made her nose look thin. Thin hair, short bob cut, light eyes. to someone that's been raw dogged by niggas, you know, and by Hispanics and drugged and shit and given heroin, right? To someone nasty, nasty. She went from beautiful to nasty within a year. And I described it in my book, the levels of degeneracy that these people did to that woman and those around her just to get to me because they didn't want to leave my side. That's basically where it sums up. I was someone special to that woman. I was someone real special to that woman, and we didn't make a child, but she had different intentions. She knew me from before. One of them knew me from before. They found me in California. One of the girls saw me in California flying through a keyhole 13 feet up in the air, like from a third story with a snowboard to flat ground. And she was there giving me a Red Bull can. You see what I mean? So one of the girls from Lady Gaga saw me in action and saw me do the, you know, trajectory. Red Bull gives you wings. She saw the wings of the Red Bull athlete inside of me. She didn't see what the Puerto Ricans saw, because in the Puerto Ricans' minds and eyes, they don't think I'm a professional athlete. But they knew, the girls, Lady Gaga included, knew what I'd done already. They saw it with their own fucking eyes, you know? It's like the believer. You don't believe shit until Jesus flies, until he resurrects. You don't believe in him until you see it, right? Just to to compare myself in Jesus, but that's basically the effect. You don't believe that someone is special in something until you really see it in action. And those girls, including from Lady Gaga's family, witnessed what I was doing. They witnessed it in the water. They witnessed it in California or in Colorado, wherever the fuck we were. They were there. I don't know how we ended up, but that's basically the causality, or the card cause, random cause, the question mark card in the Monopoly game. You pick it up, Stefania Germanata is with you. But you put it down when you're snowboarding or whatever. It's serious. It's real serious. So the Hispanics, the African Americans tried to break that relationship up because they had a bigger bond. They had a really much bigger bond to me based on what they witnessed than their ordinary puny motherfucking shit soul, because they have no soul. Hispanics and African Americans that tried to take my girl from me, they could have diamond chains. They got no soul up in there. They're trying to stop someone from forming a marriage. They're adulterers. They're the poison in man's life, stopping generations of men from coming forth. Generations. They've killed generations just for looking to crossbreed, you know, just to look for crossbreed, because they're not looking to make a good mate. They're not looking to make a beautiful child. They looking to crossbreed, fuck the first white bitch in the middle, impregnate her, and make ugly children. Nothing else. Nothing else. They had no intentions. They had no good intentions. To beat her, right? Beat her, get her hooked on heroin, beat her again, force her to get surgery in her nose so that she looks different. All the shit that lady went through, man, just to be with me, because her eyes and her family had already witnessed what I had done. And that's why she is the person that loved me the most in this life. She's Aries, by the way, a warlord. And she took the pain. She took the pain from these guys, man. She took the pain. How you gonna fucking stick a fucking dick this big inside a 5'2", 5'3" body? You understand what I'm saying? How you gonna do that to a woman? They should be ashamed of their fucking self. But that's what they did. Because in their mind, all they want to do is break a woman up apart, take advantage of them, drug them, kill them, mutilate them, inject them with heroin, tie them to beds, encourage the whole world to sleep with them, because in their mind, you're nothing. But in their mind, they know who the fuck I was. They witnessed it. And even if those Hispanics and Puerto Ricans and African Americans then, before they did that to my girl, witnessed what I did, they would have more respect than they have today. But they have no respect. They live this world like if they done nothing. And what they deserve is life imprisonment and the death penalty. Because, it's, ya tú sabes, mira, papito, ¿Te recuerda lo que hiciste? No. Ah, pues déjame recordártelo. Pum, 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 pum. You know, you remember what you did, Papa? You have to pay in life. Pay with your blood, then, motherfucker. So yeah, that's basically what my TikToks were this morning about relationships, cancers turning cold, the way I manage my relationships, and lady, which never turned cold. Lady never turned cold. Lady was finding me. Where is he? Oh, he's here. Where is he? For 6 years, where is he? Across everywhere. Miami, Puerto Rico, Allentown, Pennsylvania, Doylestown, Pennsylvania, New York City. Bruh, she didn't quit. She's famous now. They compare her to Michael Jackson, but maybe she recognizes, maybe she don't. We're old enough now. She found her millionaire man and let her live a happy life with that millionaire rich guy. I'm not gonna intervene in that. I'm not gonna fight, and she needs to marry him and just go. Do your thing. We already separated for way too long. Closure would be the best thing. Would be like, are you okay? Are you okay? I saw what they did to you in Puerto Rico. Like that. That's what I would say to her. I saw what they did to you in Puerto Rico, man. I want to punish them. I have a book. Would you like me to publish it? Like that. Be like, hey, I know what they did. I want them to be punished. I want to put their name out there. I think it's a bestseller, and let me publish it. Give me your okay. And if she says yes, then I publish my book. But I still have not met or had a head count. Because these people killed women. These Hispanics and African American killed women. 50 Cent murdering women. Hispanics in Puerto Rico fisting women, their body, using their hands to introduce in their body. They kill women out there. It's not the same. Americans are not capable of what those men are capable of doing. They killed them. We're talking about sticking their hand in their body and eating their feces. That's what these men do to these women. And it wasn't just lady. It wasn't just lady. It was other women involved too. Anyone they when they turned fat when they came out the closet to do these things to women, lady was the appetizer. Lady was the first one they got away with doing shit to. You know, that's where their animosity came from the envy they had towards me and a beautiful girl behind me since Miami. But then they expanded onto other bitches doing the same visceral, blood curdling shit that you need to, What's up? You remember what you did to that bitch at the beach, Raul? Yeah? Hey Manny, you remember when you had you had your hand up at the elbow inside that woman, motherfucker? What's up now, pistol? Bah! Driving with a take the pistol and put it in his fucking forehead like bow. What's up, pa? How you gonna do? You gonna run? You think you're gonna survive if you run? Get down. Boom. One in the skull. Like that. That's what needs to happen. Why? Because I'm a victim too of their bullshit. I'm a victim of what they done to women around me. A victim. Why? Because they targeted my women. They targeted my relations. They targeted. They targeted who had a emotional relationship with me to do historically accurate torture on them. Historically accurate torture to them. Torture young women, drug him, get him addicted to dope, tie him, cut him, use knives, use fingers, use hands, use absurd fucking dicks and shit. Ah, they gotta pay for that. They got to. It's 8:21. Let's start with the market. Let's start with the market, baby, because we're gonna see if we're going bullish or if we're going down today. That's what they did, baby. That's what they did. Let's see if my other video's also muted. Still muted? Let me see if that one's muted too, the second one. Fucking assholes. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see if the other one got the second one got muted. Nah, it's still at 60%. And I combed my hair on that one too. I don't know why they decided to close that shit up. I was combing my hair. I showed them in 9 minutes that I combed my hair, but nah. Yeah, that's what they did, man. They gotta pay for that. They gotta pay. They gotta pay with gunplay. They can't. They gotta catch them when they old, thinking that they could die, that they could be loving, that they could raise a family, right? That they could live this fantasy that they're good people, and present them with reality. That's the only way you could deal with them. You got to present them with reality. Go, holy shit, the market went up. Wait, no, the market went down a lot. What's happening here? That's 5.4. That's not 5.5. Hold on, let me check. Let me check SPY real quick. Yeah, it went up. Market went up today. Going bullish. Give me a second. They think that they could have a family, they could have beautiful kids, that they be raising kids now. And I gotta catch them with reality. I gotta say, yo, remember what you did to my girl when you were young, motherfucker? Boom, 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 boom. Like that. Because I know they be packing heat too. They packing heat, they drug dealers, they got multi-millionaire homes, you know. They got protection, they got cops on their side, they got the DEA on their side, they got all this shit. They gotta deal with it. They should be confronted for what they done, and they should be confronted through pain. Like they should be hit with a bat in their head, but I mean a big heavy swing, like boom to the top above the ear, just whack. Oh, so I had to suffer with the pain for the rest of their life. You know, the pain they went those they took. You know, the body that they took from those women. You know, the integrity of the integrity of the body of a woman, motherfucker. I need to turn to Christopher Walken, Cantaloupe. You know, try to get real emotional, real poetic, and as I get them. It's like, do you remember what you did behind my back to approach my future wife in Miami as I left the club? Do you remember when you decided to tie her on the bed in Puerto Rico? Hmm? Did you remember the manner in which you displayed yourself in front of a loving young woman that was 5'4"? Do you remember? Do you think that we are going to forget what you done like the mafia, baby, and just blow him up? Blow him, bro. Blow him the fuck up. Blow his kids in front of that motherfucker. Is that your son? Boom. Do you remember what you did to that 5'4" girl? See what he says. To have millions of dollars. That's the only defense. Other people, my only fear is that he has people on payroll, right? Puerto Ricans are so dumb they defend to their death people with money, right? And even a criminal like that. So that's my biggest fear. That someone pops out the woodwork and tries to get me as I'm getting them because they got six figures in the bank. You know, nothing else. That's the only fear, that Puerto Ricans are so dumb. They get involved in crimes like that, you know, in prejudice towards other people and women like that, right? And then they come out the woodwork with gun, try to defend the person that ought to have been killed when they were 20. 20. But I mean, Denzel Washington style, like motherfucking cable wire, bro. Twist that cable wire, piano wire, gun, pistol, bullet, bat, torture, hammer, knife in their heart, knife through their side and shit, tickle their lungs with their hand, tickle them inside their body for what they done already, because they're really criminal. The people behind me, they haven't, they haven't stopped. That's why I'm homeless right now. If not, my whole life would have been different. If they didn't exist, I would have had a family and kids already. by now, forget about it. 40, I would have had 2 kids by now. And they would have been teenagers, 12, 15 already. But these people do things because they feel powerful. They think they got this power. African Americans are on the same power tip, and they display it in movies. Their blood curdling behavior is displayed in movies. Make young women addicts to heroin. Who learns that? A stupid Puerto Rican kid. The DMX movie, right? What did he do? He dealt dope, right? What did he do? He raw dogged a girl he just met, right? After doping her, right? And then he got another bitch or another blonde bitch do the same thing. When she can't pay for dope, coming back for more, go raw dog her in the bathroom over and over and over. So you get black leadership, black media confusing what is the right thing to do for these fucking Puerto Rican spics, for these spics. And that's their vision. That's the vision. Sex to death, right? False imprisonment, sex to death, drug trafficking, money laundering. The list goes on. First to fourth degree sexual assault, first to fourth, all the degrees of sexual assault, right? Murder for hire, all this shit. All right, does it make sense? I'm hitting the right tones. I'm telling you, I'm the lead prosecutor in this motherfucker. I'm the lead prosecutor in this motherfucker. See what I mean? And they still free. They still walk. They still have this chest pride. They still got this smile to give other people, and what they're the service to get caught with a wooden bat and left like a dead fish out the water, like boom, 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 hit it with that bat, swing for yards, 300 yards and shit to his head for doing things that they shouldn't do to women, to young women, to minors, the elderly, to all this shit. They think they're untouchable because people don't snitch in PR. That's no snitch culture, right? PR, they have this no snitch culture. And what they are really hiding is pedophiles. What they are really hiding is Jale, right? Daddy Yankee in the reggaeton industry. What they're hiding is reggaeton fueled sex orgies with minors. Because that's what a Jal is. A Jal is someone, it's an insider, it's a groupie, right? That they drug, that they fuel up, that they make her dance in parties, and that they make her fucking run trains on the reggaeton artists. And what happens to a Jal? They can end up chopped in the Atlantic Ocean. Find any Jal that these people had under their control and see if you find them. See if you find them. Any of them that were their groupies. Daddy Yankee, Arca. See if you find them. See if you're gonna find those girls. You're not gonna find them. Because they're not alive. Because even 50 Cent is involved in what they do to women, bro, is create a body cavity this fucking big. That's what they do to women. You see, for us men, a single finger is their normal body cavity. That's all a woman should be. In their rear end, you should only see a single finger. That's all. That's genetics, physical genetics. To men in that business, this big. Greater than a forearm, than an elbow, than a hand. For drug trafficking purposes, for just abuse purposes, for murder. They rip their organs out, bud. They rip their fucking organs out and toss them in the grass, in the ground, like if they were chickens. Right? I hope I made my point clear. Hope I did. Because that's the people you be buying your CDs from. You know, that's the people you're supporting in the music industry. That's the people that brands got them in a high pedestal. Ciroc vodka, this and that. That's the people that you put on a high pedestal. It starts from PR, right? Daddy Yankee putting bats, aluminum bats up in a woman's pussy, a minor's pussy, and it ends up in the same prostitute, the same female ends up in French Montana's hands, in 50 Cent's hands. You understand what I'm saying? This is real talk. Lucky me, I was in the cartel side. I knew Chapo Guzman and Mayo Zambada and all these people from the Sinaloa cartel. Because I was a socialite. And lucky me, knowing the cartel was not interested in women altogether. In fact, they protected girls. They blessed them. They gave them money. Boys used to come up to a beach where they just unloaded, right? And money would be scattered through the beach. And you would see a 12-year-old boy, oh my God, money. Run, grab it and run like a boy. Run home. They give to his mama to solve the poverty issue through drugs. Chapo was not involved in that bullshit. Although in Mexico, some kids do end up disappearing or whatever. They obviously butcher them or some shit. But the cartel's not into that. At least Sinaloa, in my opinion, not involved in any of their shit. But if the cartel even gets a listen, even gets a little whistle, a little note that these people are doing that, you know where they're gonna go. That's it. Because even the worst people because even the people that society thinks it's the worst, right? Because they put Chapo at the top. Chapo's a warlord. Chapo killed 1,000 people. But what they don't tell you about Chapo is that Chapo built hospitals, built highways, built industry, commercial buildings, built, put roads on the ground, built schools, built colleges. All that money was involved in developmental, in governmental fucking jobs and work. Money that was involved in cement, the best investment. So, music industry is corrupt. That's the topic of my book, the nightmare that women go through in the music industry, a real fucking nightmare. Nicki Minaj, a victim, just like Lady Gaga. And it's not just Lady Gaga, it's anyone near Nicki Minaj that gets it. Anyone in Nicki Minaj fucking family is gonna get the same treatment. Anyone in Lady Gaga's family is gonna get the same treatment. Especially if they young. That's how they want. You understand what I'm saying? Because Nicki went through the same shit that Lady went through. But Lady got it worse. Because Lady got it in PR. Lady, Nicki only had to sleep with, I don't know, Birdman, trains between Wayne, Birdman, Mystical, and Master P, and all these Southern guys. She had to sleep around that to get relevance, right? But over there, Lady had to go through hell. Tortured to become a star today. Tortured. And she still had to do work on her own to publicize her music. She still had to promote her shit on the sidewalk, dance in the sidewalk after being spotted in Puerto Rico with period running down her leg, with her body ripped open like that. No underwear. We're talking about blood down, a tutu, a white tutu, smeared with blood, blinded, her hair permed, with all this shit these fucking spics did to her. See that? That's what the music industry is. That's the people you hear on the radio. That's why you shouldn't hear, Z100. That's why you shouldn't hear their music. You shouldn't be involved in that. Because they're involved in human trafficking. They're involved in child sex trafficking. They're involved in sex trafficking. They're involved in false imprisonment. They're involved in 1st to 4th degree of sexual assault. And after they do all this shit to females, then they want to make them famous just to keep their mouth shut. You understand? Just to keep their mouth shut. After they put a woman through hell for 6 entire fucking years. Then they want to make her famous. Then they want to put diamonds on her neck. Oh, you're doing good. I like your music. Yeah, you're going to be real famous. After a woman has been rewired to pain, sexual pain, at the gratification of sick fucks. Think of me a Christopher Walken in a mafia movie, baby. I'm here to put the pain on them. I'm here to, boom, get them. Behind me, get them. Torture them. Torture them. Hang them from chains, bro. Let me get my hands ready. Hang them from chains. Come back with, hammered in brass knuckles and go at their ribs until their body opens. Like that. Hang him. Hang him. I want to hit him. I want to hit him. Hang him from chains. Hammer the fucking brass knuckles in. We'll cut them off later. Real brass. And let me get the town on them. Let me break every rib in their body. Because what they done in this life is not normal. What they done in this life, it's not a laughter, it's not a high, it's not, oh, we got away with it, oh, we're rich, we're millionaires, just like Anuel AA, right? The trap star from PR, that's a motherfucking pedophile. All right? And what's worse is that people are defending them. People love their music. People are funding the same bullshit I'm talking about right now. That's the worst part of them all. That's the worst part of it all. That they're still walking free. That 50 Cent still goes to the club giving out free money to see which ugliest fuck Latina would have come back home with him. To see which one comes back for more money. Because that's debate. That's a hook. Right? When you see these stars, not Post Malone among the younger generation, but when you see any of the old generation walk in the club and give them $20,000 cash to a random woman like that, be hanging out money to these females, all they're looking for is see which one bites, to see which one comes back and say, oh, let me get some more money. What you want? To see which one ends up being a prostitute or procurer, an escort, etc., so on and so forth. And they do it in your face. These celebrities operate in your face. Go in the club, give random females money until one is hooked. One begs for more. One wants more money. And they all end up fucking the same bitch. And they end up drugged, raped, thrown in the Hudson. In the Hudson. Like trash. Garbage. Pay attention. Because I already gave you the heat. Gave you the heat. Big and tall. And the hate they got between me and Lady Gaga. They got hate. It's blood curdling hate. Me and 50 Cent, when I'm next to Lady, blood curdling hate. Because he knows. He knows that I know. And Lady's attached to me no matter where we are. I remember at Zuccotti Park here in New York City during the protest. Lady came and I was sleeping, right? I woke up and Lady was laying next to me, spooning me and shit. Spooning me. I woke up, paparazzi. I woke up like, oh, what's going on? Pa, 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 pa. Taking pictures of both of us. Lady got up in a very stylish way and shit. And I'm sitting there like, oh, she looks at me. Pa, 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 pictures and shit. And then she walks down the alleyway and 50 Cent holding her by the armpit like a predator. If you see any woman in New York City being held by men under her arm like this, they're involved in the business. Just make sure that you stop them. And they're not going to be their daughter. That's not going to be their family member, their cousin, their brother, their sister, their father, their auntie, their uncle, none of that. If you catch any man in this city holding a female under the armpit and sort of try to raise them to manipulate where they going, where they walking, that's a predator. With fucking, pure anger, 50 Cent did that to Lady after we laid together for a little bit. After I woke up and they took pictures of us. 50 looked like a fucking monkey. Like that. Holding her and shit. Mad as fuck. What do you think he's mad as fuck? Because he knows that I know. He knows that I'm that fucking bully. Because he knows that I know what they did to her over there in PR. Injecting her with growth hormones, making her eat from the floor, beating her up, opening her body up like this. And after she had to wear a diaper, because, Regular bowel movements are not even included. She can't even have regular bowel movements. Wearing a diaper, this and that. Right? That's what black leadership is into in this city. That's what that man is into in this city. That's what they do to them. Because they're not men enough to utilize the same genitalia that they were born with on someone else. They gotta make them big and shit. They gotta use pumps, medicines, liquids, ashwagandha, numbing shit to get they dick this big. They gotta get they dick this big to feel satisfied. They can't have a norm. They can't be. They're not normal. They can't be normal men. They gotta have a dick that's this big, this long. You understand what I'm saying? And they want to put it in someone that's this small. I hope I made my case clear here. Don't forget, it's the biggest bars ever. They can't be. They're not grown enough to have that they want their regular genitalia. They need to have a dick this big, this long, lotions, ashwagandha, even numb him, and they want to put him in someone that's this big. Just to give you a little bit of the taste of these stupid niggas. Because they think they sweet, they think they rich, they think that they could win, that they could have doubles, stunt doubles, that they could run the street, that people love them. I don't love them. I know what they're guilty of. I'm the lead prosecutor. You call me G-Unit, I'm your family member, I'm this and that. My real godfather is Fat Joe. Unknowingly, I don't know what Fat Joe was involved, but I think he was involved in fucking men in the ass, but not messing with young women. Castellano here. They're all guilty. Every single one of them is guilty. Real guilty. Not a little guilty. Real guilty. Guilt that you could see it on them in fucking anger. In anger. Like, oh, this man. Dada is here. Dada is here. Dada is the one that's going to take your life one day. Dada's message is going to end up getting to you one day for what you've done to women. You're going to get indicted. You're going to go to prison. Diddy fell. Diddy's already down and out. The rest of the industry is next. Claiming that some of them ain't gay. Oh, gay and getting encounters is smoke and mirrors. Busta claiming that he fucked Meek Mill. That's smoke and mirrors. Busta being gay, that's smoke and mirrors to the big picture. That's how they take over media. Spin that they gay to try to hide child sex trafficking. That's how they spin it up. Oh no, that they gay. Oh no, that this and that. What they hiding is their behavior. Saying here, Dr. Roman Bonilla telling you the truth. A doctor won't lie to you, right? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie to you, baby? Why would I lie to you as a doctor? I don't need to lie. I'm only using observations. Pure observations. There's someone that loved me, bro. Someone that wanted to spend time with me. Someone that should have, instead of ending up with Hispanics and blacks living in my apartment in Miami. Not my apartment, a house, because I had a house. Her influence, her Hispanic, African-American influence made her famous, but after torturing her first. That's the story of Lady Gaga. After torturing the shit out of her, like if she was a slave, like a Native American being raped by cowboys for 6 fucking years. Her and the people around her. That's it. Let's listen to some music. Listen to some music and focus more on market activity. Seems kind of bullish. Pretty strong on the downside. Maybe just like yesterday. A 4-point drop. A 4-point drop and a swoosh up. That's what it's looking like. It's looking like Friday that I took an L. I'm gonna go calls that open. I'm doing calls that open unless something happens to the market that makes it plummet. Calls on today. Hmm. Let's get this ready. Let's put some music on. To the point that I didn't even want to listen to music during the 2.5 years I wrote her book. I didn't want to. I didn't want to listen to their music anymore at all. You don't want you want nothing to do with those people, the music industry, nothing with reggaeton. You don't want to listen to reggaeton. You don't want to listen to American hip hop. Zero. Because what they're involved in is probably worse than Puff Daddy. What they are is worse than Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy was the bait. Puff Daddy was the Jesus Christ of the group. And Puff Daddy's gonna go down because of allegations. And luckily, none were minors in Puff Daddy case, apparently. But what the rest are involved in, throw them in jail right here, Manhattan Municipal, and throw away the fucking key. Throw away the key. The key for good. For good. Daddy Yankee to jail for good. Big Papi, Dominican guy, to jail. Arcangel to jail. Ñengo Flow to jail. Like that. The Hispanics, all my friends, to jail. Life imprisonment before we kill them out there. Because they're going to end up dead. They're not going to die. All they waiting for me is to crash out. That's all they waiting for at this point. all they waiting for all they waiting for is for me to crash the fuck out and turn into Rambo and shit. Put the bandana. Although I do have the bandana already on my head. Put the bandana on my head to the side like that, and go for war. Go for real shit. Just blow everyone in that motherfucker up. Cause they got paid off it, baby. They got paid of the suffering of young women. All of them did. Every single one of them got paid of their suffering or took part in the pleasure. All right, no more. That's part of my book. Remember, I'm talking about my book. All this time that I've been talking about has been my book since 8:15 in the morning, and it's 9:50. Thank you very much for the follow, Jared Jesus 89. My book's name is A Love Story: Reflections of True Events on Facebook. A love story, dot dot semicolon reflections of true events. It's a intermixed biography about me and her life and lady and the girl's life. And there's lots of girls involved in that book, none that I mention. I always mention either Lady or Lady Gaga because that's how I like it. I'm not gonna go personal with it and say this person blah 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 with name. No, no, no. Lady Gaga in the general term, in the general sense. The ladies, they're my ladies. The gentleman in this motherfucker, the one that slept over 100 women, the one that they envied because he was beautiful as hell was me. Lucky I'm not that beautiful anymore. I'm definitely on the expired milk already with crooked teeth and ugly face. But I was aesthetically pleasing. What they did to me was not good too, because they did things to me, not them, but my parents did shit to me so that I wasn't beautiful anymore. So that I didn't keep the same, my sex appeal. They made me lose my sex appeal by feeding me certain things, by putting things in food, by putting things acetone and liquor. It's like, what'd you put in this? Acetone. By putting acetone and liquor, by doing certain things to me to change me from how I was. Because I was 135 pounds wet and beautiful as a motherfucker. Beautiful, enviable by everyone. Everyone that knew me hated me because I looked good as hell. Put some music on. You see, supposedly they're saying that China crashed the U.S. bond market, so they had a lot of shorts on that, and let's see what's gonna happen on the trade war. Maybe the world is not going to let Trump have his way with the amount of tariffs he wants to add to the, add to the world. But I'm real fucking ashamed at TikTok's current direction with that censorship shit. And Trump told them to stop the censorship shit, but TikTok is turning into how Facebook was during the Hillary Clinton elections. Remember the Hillary Clinton elections when you couldn't even comment on social media, or people just left Facebook because anything you said was immediately banned or removed from Facebook. That's exactly how TikTok is, and that shit should be on. What I said this morning should be on TikTok, but that's how it works. They're trying to censor the truth too because they can't stand the shit. They can't stand the pressure. Chris Stussy. All right, got a little views on it. The second one got a little views on it. That's good. They can't stand the pressure of this motherfucker. So yeah, around 9:35, I'll be heading out. Like always, I am single. Aubrey seems to have moved on. If she's still feeling something, I don't feel it here. I don't feel it here. That's right. No, it's not you. That's right. That's so funny. One day you French kissing, and the other day you're like, no kiss, no kiss goodbye. Aw, oh shit, no, no, and you cheat on her. I know. I said that was so truthful for myself. That was so truthful from myself right there. That was on point. Have a backup to the backup of girlfriends. You got 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Yes, I say how may I? Caveman woman with those eyebrows. Ahmed, bro, what are you doing? So yeah, I'm setting a call for 140 based on MACD. I'm going long today on the stock market. As you guys could see, I set up an order of 10 here. It's in the money call 140 for tomorrow or today. Let me check. Did I do tomorrow or today? Let me check real quick. For tomorrow, I got a call for tomorrow. So I need to go. I need price to hit here and then all the way up. Needed to go all the way down here in this area right here, and then go up as much as it wants. I'm single. I should change her profile picture on my TikTok just to show that I'm out. Just to show that I'm out. Although I always fall back for it, bro. I always do. I know she's not coming, or she did pull up, but she's not gonna say hello. So I think I need to find out I need to move the fuck on. Need to move the fuck on because she's not coming back. Yeah, the New York sightseeing, the helicopters, those old helicopters, shut down in New York now. Why? Because they were all choppers. Look at that chopper right there. They shouldn't have died for that impact though, but apparently they did. They hit the water, and the chopper sort of has a nose, so they should have been able to go into the ground. But I don't know. They were allegedly, those people died on that helicopter in Hudson. And I blame the pilot because the pilot is a military guy. The military, before you do anything, you have basically before you even take out, let's say, to the dot. The dot's an area where you train, right? So before you even take any military vehicle to the dot, a soldier assigned to a motor pool, assigned to a flight pad, is in that chopper every single day. He's inspecting every fucking detail from the cables, from connections to rust to nuts to bolts to electronics. It doesn't just sit there. Every day, these people turn this shit on, test it, check on it, you know, they're always going through procedures and manuals in the military to ensure that on the checkpoint, this is okay, it's operational, right? So the man was a soldier over there. Where's the tourist? North 29th Street on the Hudson Tours. He didn't do what he didn't treat the helicopter how he should have treated the helicopter as his. Basically, when you have a chopper, it should not be someone else's chopper. It's your chopper. You do. It's like a pilot. Pilot's duty is to know to check every last inch on the outside of the plane before putting in 250 people. You got a check mark. You're checking fluid. You're checking blades. You're checking turbines. You're checking that no blade in the turbine is broken. You're checking no obstacles, no debris, no bag, no dead bird, no. You're doing that, and even getting in hands and touching shit, especially for a chopper. So the military pilot, the chopper pilot, the Papa pilot, they didn't do the Papa activities. He was supposed to do Papa activities on that plane. I mean, I would get out the plane and inspect every detail, every single one, everyone. But probably they had a tight maintenance schedule, tight meaning a few people worked on it and they were using the same chopper over and over and over for either tours or transportation. And you didn't see that the the back the back blades were loose. They come off done over the Hudson and to the ground. They become off done in the air. I mean, the blades are spinning back to maintain stability, and you can see it in the video. The back blade comes up, the nut falls in the water, and you spin out of control and you go down. You lost the back gyro. Maintenance guy, you should have been taking care. You're a military pilot. R.I.P. Rest in power. But you should have been deep in that pilot, deep in everything on that chopper before putting in people. Every day, get up in the morning, get a ladder, check the blades, look at the blade, move the blade, check the blade, check the blade, move at the blade. That's basically how it works. Blades, the upper blade, get on top of the chopper, check it, check that everything is good, make sure that everything is tight. Even tighten it. Go up there to tighten shit. Get another person, tighten that fucking motor up there. Do the job. He didn't do the job and he died for not doing the job. Because in the military, that chopper would have never gone down, bro. Ever. Even if they wanted. It's part of a daily activity. If you're in the tarmac, it's everyday activity. You in that motherfucker every day. That shit don't. Every day you're looking at that thing and writing a report. It's the do the wheels have air? Yes. Does it have fuel? Yes. Does it have the new missiles installed? Yes. Is it clean? Yes. Is the cockpit clean? Yes. Does the lights work? Yes. Does the aileron every day? Does the ailerons work? Flap work. Does the flap work? Flap. Um, everything, everything. Check every single thing. The radio working? Yes. This? Yes. AP, autopilot? Yes. Everything, everything. It worked with them every day in the military, every single day. And then you get a little bit sidetracked. You don't pay attention to things you should be paying attention, and you lose your life. And you lose your life, baby. I'm gonna do another call at just open call, just in case this supply goes away and we just disappear into 550. So let me just do another call. Let's do another call. Wait, I did put. What the fuck? You see what I just do? I did a put for today at 540, not a call. Almost forgot. Hold on. Almost forgot. Trade. Wait, working orders. I gotta cancel this one. Send to open B. Hell no. Not B, it's call. Cancel order. I almost fell for that. Almost fell for that. Hold on. It's call. Call in the money 540. 4, 10. It's a 540, and I'm gonna use the same one for open. So I'm gonna do 20 calls today. Dude, Mark, they're expensive as fuck. Trading the stock market today is anything above 540, 540. All right, now we got the 540. Now we do the puts are expensive as fuck. All right, now we do auto send. Oh wait, we do 10 again. Hold on. 10, edit, and we do a 930 open, and that's it. And we do a 930. I'm single tonight. I'm single today. I'm single forever. I'm single, bro. It's over. Aubrey and me has died bad. I didn't even get to meet her, bro. I didn't even get to meet her. Never gonna meet anyone again, bro. 3 minutes. Ten seconds. One open, one at 140. I mean at 540. Let's see what happens. Let me check my finances. I haven't even checked my finances. Looks pretty good. Market open. All right, that long is in. I'm in a call. Hey, My December call is up 100,000, 108,000 from here. Once it hits here, I'll be in again. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Gotta go to work. Got to go do what I need to do, baby. Well, I'm out. I'll see you guys later. See you guys at 10:16. There we go. It's about to hit. It's going the direction to get some more down here. I'm getting some more right around this area. See you guys soon. See you guys soon, baby. 10:16, like always. 10:16.